another day in the thinking box of what is just, complete quiet. And I mean, I don't know, but I was just trying to figure out what I was doing and being nice to myself. Oh, my camera is gonna be, it'll appear, and it's gonna be something that will be later, and then we can make a sleep video with it, doing another one. I'm like, I got to do something to do, but I'm just like, don't worry, I'm like, is my recruitment thing gonna go good? If I decide to do that, am I gonna, is going back into the function of work from previous supervisor, like my nanny pretty much, is she gonna get that new job so that, that I could work that school too? So that'd be awesome. Am I gonna do both of those things? Am I gonna be able to handle it? I mean, it says that it's not much, but it's just finding myself to do the most routine, like imagining myself exercising, being in the military, cleaning again, cleaning as a supervisor maybe, and then somehow getting this house to look better slowly, just to make it enough so that, I know that I really want to stay and that I want to keep it real nice and have it at least in good enough condition to be in rental mode, which is kind of tricky, as I'm like, well, I don't want everybody to have to worry about that as I'm doing that to say that. I'm just more waiting. I'm just downstairs with earplugs, not hearing anything noise complaint wise. I did it earlier before. Well, not today. So I'm just here, in my diva. Not saying that my standard to what that would be bad, but it is a corner lot, so I'm just talking about if there's, static noise, like, it's just somebody who is at a place, but it could always be somebody. So, who knows? And then we gotta figure out whatever else is going on, or whatever you were trying to say. And then, yeah, this is more of like a girly video. This is like based on sleep and talking and being girlfriends, hopefully. And I'll be listening to any voice phenomena right away because I'm looking at the wavelengths. So I'm gonna know something's going on. And I know it. I know something is. That's good. That's good. Alright. Trying to visualize. Trying to get there. To get to that point of understanding or something. What have you been doing today? And I'm still using, my same snail extended abilities, or I think that's what it said. Oh my gosh. Baseball. That was good. I saw that. Oh, never mind. I saw something else. I got blinked off. Oh my gosh. That was so funny. And I was like, well, I was thinking about, what if in this life that I was to start a farm? And when you think about it, like the carry weight to a cow is like, 130, but it still holds its value the whole time. And it takes 2 years to grow, and then even for the food which the cow can eat, like alfalfa or corn, that you could buy corn or alfalfa, the alfalfa hay to make sure that it eats. And then it's just imagining, so like when I was first looking at houses to see what was the cheapest one that was just in plain sight, then probably going with something like that, and then calling to see that. But I don't know. This is a call about being a girlfriend. So you don't necessarily have to talk about, well, the things that I talk about, despite what the haters might say. That's all. Not obligatory. So, what about you? What are you up to? I'm just nervous about restarting my careers and such, getting myself to fall back into that line. But my mortgage was paid on the 2nd, and today's the, the, what is it, the 7th? And yeah, I was trying to make a note to, yeah, well, that's true. And I was trying to make a note to go to the election day. I was gonna try to and see if it was at the uh, the office that I usually go to, or the town hall. And if it wasn't at the town hall, then I'm out of luck, because that was the one that was gonna be the easiest. But I think they'll understand, or that I'm rooting for the underdog by whatever I said. I'm just fussing. I'm really gonna try to go there on that day to pick that, because when I'm having my momentum through the day of like go USA, 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 then it's way better when you really have the thing that you already did, because then you can find yourself to go back to that versus being like fanatical, or like not like fanatical is not being very yeah, it is pretty much the word. All right, that's good. You can watch. I see, perhaps, so integrated into my mind. I was like, shout out to the things that I've been watching most. I have been watching that, and pretty much I was pretty happy because I got highlighted on a Gibby ASMR video. And I was like, wow, that was pretty cool. But pretty much, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't. Sometimes I can't watch Liz Wiz because she sounds like my stepmom. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you trying to argue with me? Are you trying to get my money? And sometimes that's how it feels. But even though that's not true. So that's what I think of that sometimes. And, those are ones that make me happy. But most importantly, I was playing BioShock Infinite, and there's there's a part where it's about like clouds and stuff, and one of the chokers that Elizabeth gets to wear is a cage one or a dove one. And I guess I need some sort of control, because thinking about the dove one has been really making me feel kind of panicked a lot, that I need to have like the numbers of the estimates of what's going on and what's happening to be in line, because it's just not great with just the dove. Ah man, I'm like, oh man, only relatives got to this. And you know, whenever you hear like a spirit of something saying it, I always want it to like envelop, to say what it's saying, to say that. You know, and I count any form of communication as a technique of communication, even the vibrato or the personality of the end of the wavelength to how it's said back to you. You know, those are things that I count. And, you know, they say a whole bunch of different methods to do that, you know, whether it's the box for box of watching a YouTube video and saying that, or even the I'm like, I don't know. They say there's a lot of forms of communication. Yeah, and it's really taking control of the situation. It's really funny. I was like hoping. I'm like, what did I hear? What did Heidi say? That's what I really wonder. I do know that one. So yeah, I got my little friend group here, having an outing and doing stuff, and that's pretty much it. Was there anything else is there anything else that cool that went on with anybody, or that it should be like a longer video instead of just 12 minutes of just random talk? An hour. Yeah, maybe they'll wind us down to see what we really talk about. Right now, I'm just laying on my bed, comfortable. I have the insulation of, like, I have the warm blanket inside of the sleeping bag. That's how I'm rocking today. I guess I'm gonna have a few moments to be quiet and see if we can connect that way. But this is an EVP. I'm using a lot of stuff to see who's there. Wow, you know, according to that, 25 or 11 is like a really loyal fan or something. But all those things that I'm imagining, it's just relaxing away from those things, letting them leave, versus, or we can really tack onto those things. We could go with the cage method too, and that, yeah, I did not want to. Should we try the dove mode or the cage mode? Just to know how creepy it is. Okay, letting it go from the way that we're gonna get our farm or anything, and then just seeing what will happen. It's difficult to go with this one, especially when we're working on getting, our new job set up and everything in the month to figure that. I feel like these things that are like within my head is like these things that I know to work on that I'll get fixed, and that I know how they shape in my mind and what they how they do things or impact to how they affect my language, and then I learn to accept those things and make that really good. And I really feel it. I really feel the connection of what I'm doing and who I'm talking to, and I'm gonna try to see if it will for because I'm looking at somebody right now, so I don't know if that's part of where the power comes in. Because at first I'm looking at something by so at first I was looking at something by Liz Reason, and I'm trying to see if my head doesn't feel like I have the headache from them that I do if I'm doing something else, or if what I say in girl mode is accurate to what I think. But I kind of see it's different depending on what I'm looking at. It's like what I could wheel to what I possibly think of what is upon me, which is essence the power of movie magic. Well, not yeah, totally, it's movie magic. I'm still a die-hard Cassie fan. that's not all that I was to say about Cassie. It's just that I was like, if this life doesn't go good, then I'm feeling that way. But I'm age 25 in 1, 2, 3, 4 in 4 months, age 26, and then I'm kind of just making sure that everything goes good from there. I was like, maybe I didn't get the most prettiest thing for house-wise, but it's just like, hopefully we work on those things so we don't talk about them or whatever. I mean, seriously, dude, turn it into a rental, maybe. If you got to leave something behind. Well, I just think it looks too bad to be a rental right now, and I find myself as a Japanese warrior or soldier who can, find myself to live in something bad and not have a problem, create some flavor to it, be grateful. It's no big deal. It's just get your sleeping bag. If you thought the noise was too bad, maybe getting a small affidavit or something. Oh, it called me a stitch. Oh my. See all that energy, but sometimes what it resonates something as, it's like, if you were to say something, then what would that entity of what you mean be the being of what you say? Because then it would envelop to be part of that, to be like a spin form, a rapid spin of like Pokemon. Alright, if you're watching on EVP, then who are you? Alright, asking for who you are. Oh my, it's my father. Alright, I guess. Then I'm gonna just be thankful, be patient, have what you have is probably the best way to see it. Is there anything from, like, I can even hear that in the background. But I was like, please, rich girl, don't leave me behind. I need a wife and kids. I need something. Come back. I said, oh no. I don't want that suffering by myself right now. What if, what if there's some, well, that I was already getting a call from my nanny is like already good, that, that stuff is going to be fixed. So I'm glad about that. But man, not doing anything is kind of freaky right now. But again, give me like 2 minutes to complain about my hand. Like my hand's broken. And I got frustrated and hit it against the pull beam because I wanted to see the reaction of getting frustrated, and then it broke. It kind of did a lot to what I was doing on algorithm of stuff. So I was trying to do this method of where all of these ones were stacked to only to sell at a percentage of, but I couldn't do it because I wasn't at whatever, well, private information, and that's kind of why that is. Ow, ow, that really hurts. I had something happen onto me that made me this way. Alright, so I'm gonna do what that is like ASMR too, and then I mean, come on, cringe. I'm trying to speak here. So it's just me scratching the bed. Good, and see, like I like how it's an EVP, like good. That's kind of funny. So we want everything to go good here, and I'm doing pretty all right. But I just need to make sure that I keep the space of what I'm doing correct and stuff. So more of what I was going to do, I was like, should I be more of a bookie? But as later on in the story, need more of a handicapper to do that. So let's go more on that route, because they always know who's going to win and stuff. I don't know how they do it, but they do. They just have that power. I was like, alright, yeah, I guess I gotta keep it quiet, even though it was exciting. Alright, so pretty much there's on the Vegas Insider, It was that the if something wins by the spread is pretty much what I was gonna pick for it to be as the winner on the money line. I think that would have been a good way. But now I had like 500 into it, and then I put my first bet, and then I won it, and then I lost another one, and now I'm back to like 250, and it's whether I want to do 250 to get back to the 500, or am I gonna lose that? Because I think I was at 750 to try to reclaim what I was, or maybe I was at 500, I don't know, or 750, and then I tried the 500 at 250 again, and I kept losing. I don't know how. That's why I needed that other part. But I can really tell that the person who's guiding me is more of a cool player and doesn't want to see the dove. And I'm pretty honest with my progression, and I don't think that I have a poor progression. But I remember that this person was here for me spiritually to do something that I needed to do, and I just felt the emotions that I needed at that time. So that's why I really appreciate that one watch of Gibby when she's stressing out about money, which I'm sure a many end of people to that it's not just one ritual obsessed male or of male of getting it to you to saying that somebody is something else. I think the spirit of Cassie was pretty jealous at that time. Alright, if you go by Heidi, then I'll remember that. That is my creep, my guy, my friend. It's really difficult to see that as that. It's like really means to have a perfect score, but in the sense of being able to live somewhere and have a reference to that, it's just like not a lot of the other successes. It's like halfway. It's like if there was a game of light and dark chess pieces that there was some disadvantages for having half of what everybody else is worth, but then it's still a good thing. It just takes some time and some strategy to find your way out. Pretty much just wanting to stay in, pretty much. Well, I don't really feel like I had said it the best way. Who in my seance was here to talk about again my father? I guess when I was using the energy for that, I was like, oh man, I just wanted to work on my house selfishly enough. It was like, I have a place to stay, and I was like, oh man, maybe this person will help me fix up the house. Selfish. So I guess that's where I was with that one. But I'm telling you, it's pretty much fine. We're gonna go through a walk and go through the stressors. So, alright. If there's like a certain ASMR noise that has this is scratching the couch or in my recliner, and remembering to lay back and enjoy the recliner. It makes me wonder how much radio waves there are. It does have the power. Is that true? Is that a science class? Alright, if you say so. I know, it got me. It's trying to get me. My gosh, it's got him. I'm looking for what some people want to be here. That's good. It's doing like wood packing. Okay. Especially when the other camera's here, then we can have more style videos. Okay, well, I gotta really give into the Japanese soldier of myself and say, this is a perfect place to be. This is exactly where I want to be. I have most of my goods here. I have most, if not all, my goods here. I can do laundry here. I have free will. I can do pretty much whatever I want. I have a computer. I will be a gamer. I will be GG. I will be gamer. I'm not trying to offend anything that is like, anything. If anything, different people who just have to accept themselves for who they are probably some of the most laid back people ever. Yeah, I'm sorry if that ruined it because I had to go here. Just me the laundry. I gotta got a letter from my mother. It was nice. With the Get Well prayer by Corinthians. Blessed the God, the Father of mercies, and the God of all comfort, Darian, blessings for you to get well and be on your feet again soon. Prayers for a full recovery. Love you, Mom. Ah, how nice. It's very touching to have that, and it's good that I got to read that. I have this new camera here, so maybe the next part will have some of the camera work. Or is it still like finding stuff to, as long as I'm just talking to the ghost, that's what I'm going to spend time doing. So when I get asked things like, do I talk to stuff, then of course I'm going to do something like that. Sounds like a cow, ghost cow or something. Is this person going to be a part of my life? I forget about me. This one's the Booker AC800, but there's like one that's supposed to be the one that I actually wanted. So I'm gonna keep this one to the side in case I do a refund on that one, because I wanted to get the one that was the 100 because it has the camera back, and it was gonna be the one that I was using, versus just like making the noises to do that. I know that that's what it's called, but it's just like the interest of what I already like doing and combining it with what I intend to do, like how I find company and stuff like that. So wow, I don't want to be called a pervert. It's okay if there's enough of that. So, did anybody appreciate, or is anybody out there, or we're just gonna take this moment to end this and look and imagine our minds heading into the galaxy? Let's do that. Alright. We're looking into the galaxy, and the light and the radiance is happening to us as we look at it, and it's hitting us in full waves, and soon we will lose the ability to speak. And then there it is, it's awe and glory and power.